Hi, I'm Mandy and welcome back to my kitchen. Now I'm going to be doing a chili con carne today, and you might be thinking like, what, chili con carne? You know, but it's so easy. But the thing is, when you make a really, really good homemade chili con carne with the best ingredients, it really does make so much difference to those shop bought varieties that you can get. And it is so simple to make. There's a recipe that I've been following or making for years, and I'd like to honour the chef, but I don't even know if anybody knows who this little tiny little guy is out of the Sunday Times Style magazine. I mean, this is how messed up my sheet of paper is that I've been following from for years. But anyway, so whoever you are, thank you very much. I've been dining in on your chili con carne for years. So what we are going to start with is heating up about a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in a large pan, because everything is, so to choose a pan where everything is going to go in, and the pan that you choose, it's going to go into the oven, so you need something with a lid on it as well. And preheat your oven to 170 Celsius, so do that now. And then we're going to add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil into the pan. And to save me crying on the camera to you, I've already pre-chopped my onions. So I've got 2 large onions, finely diced, and I've got 3 garlic cloves also chopped here. So I'm going to put those and just gently cook those on the heat in my pan. Trust me, when I was chopping these up earlier, I was literally, my eyes were like red. They were like really juicy. So into the pan, all that goes. And we're just going to give that a little bit of a mix around in my pan. And so we've got the garlic and the onions in there. I'm going to add a bit of salt to that, just because I like the salt sort of sweating the onions. So I've just put like half a teaspoon in there really. I'm just going to gently cook that. We don't want to brown the onion, we just want to gently soften it. And I'm just going to leave that to sort of gently cook for about 10 minutes. While that's cooking, I'll just talk you through the other ingredients that we've got. So for this recipe, I'm using a kilo of mince. Now I went and got my mince freshly minced from the butchers, and I just asked for, like, you know, something, you know, like a good quality mince. But I do like buying it from the butchers and supporting local trade, so that's where I got mine. We've got 4 tins of chopped tomatoes. Yes, 4 tins of chopped tomatoes. And I've got 2 tins of drained red kidney beans. Now, I have cooked this recipe before for people that A, don't like garlic, and B, people that don't like kidney beans. So again, with any recipe, get creative and just add in and swap out things that you like, don't like. That's what cooking at home's brilliant for. Do you know, once we start cooking at home, we can start to get really creative with all of our ingredients. For those of you that have followed me before, I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to heat. When we go to the chili compartment of this, what we're going to have is we are going to have either 3 to 4 teaspoons of either a cayenne pepper or a hot chili pepper, and we're going to mix that with 100 mils of just basic malt vinegar, the sort of stuff that you use on your fish and chips. So we've got 100 mils of malt vinegar, and to that I am going to add 3 teaspoons of cayenne pepper, because I'm a big wuss. So I'm going to mix that into that. And then to that mixture, I have also got 2 tablespoons of paprika. Now, you can get sweet and spicy paprika. Sometimes I'll do half and half, so I'll use 1 tablespoon of sweet, 1 tablespoon of spicy, but it really depends on your taste buds and what you fancy doing. So I've got a mixture in here. So that's 2 tablespoons of paprika, smoky paprika, and in that goes to my malt vinegar, and that will go into my chili later on, but it's a good thing to do while the onions are cooking, and I'm just going to stir that in and mix that all up there and leave that. So while that's all done, we can go through the other ingredients. So the other ingredients I've got here is I've got a tablespoon of oregano, and I've got some cumin as well. So these are all going to be added in, and here's a funny story. I have got 300 ml of red wine, and I opened up a really good bottle of red wine, so unfortunately I'm going to have to drink the rest of it later. So, but we've got 300 ml of red wine. Don't use a really decent one like I have been stupid enough to do, okay? So come back and join me once the onions have been cooked, and we'll crack on. Okay, so our onions are lovely golden brown. Took about 10 minutes to cook those. So now all I'm going to do now is add in 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. That's going in. And we're going to add some salt and pepper in. About a generous teaspoon of salt. Got nice big glugs of black pepper in there. Give that a big stir around. There we go. And then we're going to add in, this is all on a nice gentle heat, you know. And then we're going to add the dried oregano, going in. All the recipe quantities will be below as well, so you'll be able to sort of pick up on those. And now we're going to add the mince in. So we've got 1 kilo of minced beef, and we're just going to break this up. So that's going to just go in, fresh from the butcher's today. And breaking that up into the mixture. And what we want to do with this is we just want to get it browned all over, okay? So at the moment, obviously it's red, but we just want to get that all browned in before we add anything else. Okay, so back again. So this took about 10 minutes. So it's a nice brown colour all over now. So now we can start to add the rest of our ingredients. So as you saw me mix up earlier, I've got the malt vinegar here with the cayenne pepper or chili pepper and the paprika. And I'm just going to add that to the mixture. Just give it a bit of a mix up first. That's going in. There we go. And I'm just going to give that a nice mix through. Get all the mince coated in that. There we go. And now bear with me on this, all right, because I'm absolutely bricking it that these chopped tomatoes are going to overflow. So here goes. So I normally do it in a much bigger casserole, but for camera purposes, we are risking it. So here are my 4 tins of chopped tomatoes. Yes, they are in. If we haven't got an overflowing pan. Right, so give those a mix in. It's like, oh my God, this is going to be like the smallest pan. Make sure that your pan is big enough for all your ingredients, okay? Unlike me. So mix all that in. Then we're going to add in our kidney beans, 2 drained cans of kidney beans going in. Yikes. Da, da, da. Oh my God, is it all going to happen? What's going on? All right, this is the trouble when you just like do this sort of stuff and you don't practice and you just do it and you just go, come on, come round, let's have a little video. Let's have a little cook-off and see what happens. This is what happens, okay? Right, so that's going in. I've got 6 tablespoons of tomato puree. Now you can measure yours out, but yeah, just I kind of do little blobs, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's like more or less. Give that a mix in. Right, and then last but not least, we have got red wine going into this. Is it going to overflow? This is the $6 million question. I bloody well think it is, actually. Yikes. Okay, well, we're just going to go for it. Here goes, peeps. It will dry out in the pan, and you will, of course, being much smarter than me, have a much bigger pan. This is like funny, isn't it? I can't go back on it now because I ain't got any more mince. So we are going with this, people. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I can't risk it anymore. I cannot risk it. I'm going to put it all in another pan. Right, so just bear with me. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in the rest of the red wine, not into this pan because it's basically too small. Bear with me while I just get a nice big casserole pan out, which is what I normally use to cook my chilli in, and decided not to today because I'm a right clever clogs. And then once that's all mixed in together, we're then going to pop it in the oven at 170 for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Check it from time to time to make sure it hasn't dried out and give it a little mix around. So I'm just going to switch this off. This isn't part of the cookery masterclass, of course, but it's something that I'm going to have to do. I am just going to pour all of this into my casserole. There we go. Oh, look at that. Surprise, surprise. That fits lovely. Add the rest of my red wine. Ta-da! Now, why didn't I do that to start with? Because this is where it always normally goes. Give it a good mix around. That looks delish now. Oh, don't we look professional now? You can always go and follow somebody far more professional than me, but you might not get as many laughs. Who knows? And this is bloody good chilli, I'm telling you. It's really tasty. Right, lid on. That is now going into my oven for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I'll see you back then. Okay, so back to our chilli. So the moment of truth. This has been in the oven, cooking at 170 for 2 hours now. And this just, oh, it just smells absolutely divine. It's really thickened up. So let me just put my oven glove on because it's still really hot. But if you can see, you know, all of that liquid, if you remember, it was right up here when I first started. It's all just cooked in and gone in. I've just got this lovely, delicious chilli, which is just going to develop its taste. So tomorrow this is going to be even better. And what I do with this is, for those of you that don't know, and if I've not told you before, I live by myself. And so obviously making a chilli of this proportion is seems crazy, but this is going to sort of give me 4 or 5 dinners. And I will just get a pot, I'm going to just freeze it in little bags, put it in the freezer, and then get it out every week. And I can just have this with some vegetables, a bit of rice, and it's just a really comforting, easy, tasty dinner that you can make at home. And it's just, get it out in the morning, don't even think about it. And with this now, I'm just going to just put a little bit of, just with some simple avocado on the side, a bit of lime juice, and then just try this out. It's still really hot, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to actually try it now. But I know that this is going to be, I'm going to be eating this in 4 weeks' time and getting it out of the freezer and just really enjoying it. So let's have a taste of it and see what it's like. Utterly delicious. So I'm going to enjoy that in a minute. So for more recipes like this, please subscribe to Mandy's Kitchen below and join me again. Thank you so much.